Okay. So, I'm hoping that you guys can see this. Hopefully some people will. There we go. Okay. Um, all right. Okay. Now we're working. Uh, so it's a bummer because the link that I posted doesn't work. So, but at least this is working, right? Let me tune this guitar. That's really frustrating. I don't know why. Like I could hear myself just fine in OBS through Logic, because basically how I have to set this up is way different. But going through StreamYard seems to be working fine. So let me tune this thing. So thanks for hanging. Thanks for joining this stream. I hate that the other link crapped out. But it seems to be the way every time I try to do anything. On YouTube, YouTube shits the bed. So, all right. So anyway, thanks for being here, everybody. Today, I'm playing this Frank Brothers arcade. So shiny. Look at this. Ooh. Oh. Running into the brand new Cestus, which is on my desk. I don't have pedal cam today. Sorry. And then going into the Tone King plugin. So yeah, in the chat, let me know where you're from. Let's hang out. Just gonna do this for a little while, and just play some guitar stuff. So yeah, I want to first say this is not my guitar. Frank Brothers were kind enough to send this my way to check out. So it's a lovely sage green sort of finish, and it's a good looking guitar. Might be a little loud on the guitar side. I'm going to turn that down just to let's see. Okay. So, sorry, my wife texted me. So yeah, it's incredible guitar. Has Lawler Imperials. And there you go. But yeah, it's a really great. Other stream still says live. Oh no. Thanks for telling me. Okay, let me get into my YouTube thing. Sorry. The hell is that? Oh. You have to end the stream in YouTube. Okay. So, here we go. Let me get in here and Ontario. Newport News. I don't know why that other live stream is still hanging in there. Very strange. Embarrassing. That's what it is. It's incredibly embarrassing. Delete that. Gonna get in here. Get this other stream ready to go for everybody so people can see it. There we go. All right. See if I can. Okay. See if I can share this. I don't know. I don't know how to do it. Anyway. But we're back. We're working. But yeah, so we've got the Frank Brothers running into the Tone King Imperial plugin. I think that's what's causing the issue. I can't just stream right from my Apollo with both channels, you know, because I'm using a plugin for the guitar and not the real amps because it's easier. And well, you'd think. But anyway, here's how the guitar sounds, just going right into the Imperial. So I've got it set clean as I like stuff. Great sounding neck. I think there's one of the secrets to a good neck pickup is just where it's at. I don't know. I think that's part of it. Here's the middle position. Using OBS, I was. Luckily, StreamYard is a lot easier. I'm just going to use this from now on. Really great. And then the bridge is spicy. I feel like this guitar really wants to like have a pretty juiced up amp. That Soldano over my shoulder loves this guitar. I did not anticipate that. You know, the first playtest was through the, where's it at? The 2-Rock back there. The Bloomfield drive. And it sounded awesome through the HX50, HDRX now 50. But it really ruled with the Soldano. Get live stream lessons from RJ. I wish. I don't have the equipment that RJ has. RJ has like pro level stuff like across the board. And I have a nice camera and a really good computer, but the in-between, that's the hard part. So, but yeah. One thing about this Tone King plugin is let me try to get a little cleaner. That's with the volume at like 10 o'clock on the input volume on the rhythm channel. So this is, that's 9 o'clock. You know, it just, I think it sounds pretty good at that 10-ish. That sort of setting. It sounds really great. But anyway, so in addition to this beautiful Frank Brothers, we're also going to have the Cestus here, which is on my desk. Don't have another camera. It's just too much today. But yeah, so running the Cestus into the Tone King Imperial is what I did for the demo. It works really well, shockingly well, actually. So here's with the volume on the Cestus at about 10 or 11 o'clock, set in the middle setting on the switch, which is the treble boosted mode. So here we go. So bypass, treble boosted. It's one of those sounds that when you first hear it, you're like, oh, like that's really honky. And then after you play it for a second, like, oh, this sounds normal. And then you turn it off, and you're like, oh man, that is really, really honky. If you play around with the in and output settings. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. I like the way it sounds. Like, to me, this is how I would want an amp sounding anyway, but that does make sense. Lower that input gain. Wow. So again, that's the treble boosted mode. So if we go to like the bridge pickup, just an awesome honky sound. Here's without it. With it. It just sounds, it sounds like a record. You know, that one of the guys that used to work at Carter always said, oh man, that thing, it sounds like records, talking about amps or guitars. But to me, this pedal just takes your sound and like, oh, it sounds like a 70s rock record. But anyway, I'll stay on the bridge and show you guys what the switch does. So if we go from the middle, which is the treble boost setting, up, then you're in the mid honky, the mid-range setting. And it just adds a lot of fullness. It still has a very mid-forward, you know, honk to it, the treble boost character, but just fills everything out. So that's nothing. Treble boost. Mid forward. Just a really, and again, it just like kind of takes on this like classic record, like lead guitar characteristic or rhythm guitar. It's just such a good sound. That sounds awesome. That sounds incredible, but it's one of those things. It's like it sounds weird at first, and you get used to it, and you're like, man, you just want to keep it on forever. Very vocal, yes. Awesome. So if we go back to the treble boost mode, and then we'll go down to the fat mode. Treble boost, now fat mode. So very fat in the low end. It's a much larger input cap than what you normally would have on a treble boost, which is teeny weeny, just a tiny input cap, just choke out all the bass. But this, like having the normal thing, then you're getting all that characteristic of the transistor. And you can hear it want to fall apart. You can hear it kind of like fart out, but in a very cool, retro, fuzzy way. Someone asked if it does, like, you know, Sabbath sort of tones, and I think it totally does. So I'm not even going to change anything. I'm just going to play like a... So there's like, that's the bypass. Maybe I shouldn't play a copywritten riff. There you go. Here's with the fat mode. So it totally does that, and it goes beyond that when you really start cranking the volume, because right now the volume is at like 10 or 11 o'clock, so it's not even starting to work. Michael asked, is this completely identical to the treble boost in the Cestus Mariosep? No, because the Cestus Mariosep has a gain trimmer where, like, on a fuzz phase circuit, the gain of the fuzz knob would be. In the Cestus Mariosep, I put a gain control that really only had like one or two good sounds in it, but it's in there. And we were, after, when you're R&Ding and you're testing, you're like, oh, this is so cool. And then when you start making them, you're like, no one's going to touch this. So we opted to not do that for this. And there may be like one or two caps that are slightly different in this, just the input cap, just so it's a little more easier to produce. Because sometimes with SMT, cap selection can be a little hit or miss. And I would rather opt for a slightly different value but a better cap than a lesser cap at the same value. So that's what we did, and that fluctuates depending on what's available, unless you just spec everything out and spend a whole lot more money and time waiting for it. But anyway, is running a King of Tone through a quilter a waste of a King of Tone? Not if you like it. Nothing's a waste if it makes sense to you. But anyway, yeah, the fat mode's very fat. So let's crank that, because I think I love those sounds. Let's crank up the fat mode and let you guys hear kind of how heavy the Cestus can get. I'm not going to change anything on the amp here. So this again is at about 10 or 11 o'clock. One o'clock. Three o'clock. And then all the way up. So just, a rock and roll sound. I'll put it back at noon. So one thing that makes this circuit so great is how well it cleans up. And it was something that when RJ wanted the treble boost in the Cestus Mariosep, I didn't really know what was going to happen. It's like, well, we'll make it and see how it works. And it took some doing. There was multiple revisions of it to really get it as good as we possibly could, without just going, completely bonkers, and making the pedal way more expensive or whatever. But we landed on this circuit, and it really just did everything. Like, it hit all the marks, right? So if we go back to the treble boost mode, so that's bypassed. Guitar sounds great. Sounds really good. I'm going to turn the pedal on with the volume on 10. This is in treble mode. Start rolling the volume back. It's about 7 or so. Down to about 3. Back up. Back to 10. It just sounds like Boston to me. I'm alive. I'm back, baby. So this is the mid mode. About 5, down to about 5. Uncovered pickups, nah. But yeah, so it cleans up really well. If I go to the neck, here. How I'd run the Cestus into the Chupacabra, man, if I had enough plugs, I would do that, but I don't on my desk. One day, I want to make a proper live stream setup. Because the best laid plans, man. Like I was, so we're gonna do this today. I get it all set up. It was done. Just like hanging out, and I come in here and it didn't work. What the heck? So that's just the neck pickup. Here's the Cestus on at noon. Roll down the neck to about 7. Frank Brothers. Sounds really good. Cleans up well. It's you know, it's going to react differently to every like pickup configuration. But with humbuckers, which is, I mean, we try it with everything when we're designing stuff, but the majority of what I play is humbucker loaded guitars. It just works. And so pedal's still on. Down to about 2 or 3. So, you know, turn the pedal off. Back up to 10. Fun guitar to play. You get kind of lost in it. In-house pickups. So these are Lawler Imperials on this guitar. Frank Brothers, they use a variety of things. I've seen Duncans, the Lawlers, throwbacks. I'm sure you can just kind of spec out what it is you want. Thoughts on the Cestus to a very clean channel. I'm sure it'll give the lift and let's see. So let's try to do that. We're going to set this Tone King as clean as we can get it. That's off. Come on, just work. Oh, gotta turn your guitar up, Zach. I don't know if it can. I don't know if it can get any cleaner. Oh wait, I know what to do. Let's change plugins because we have the power. Here's the direct sound. Oh, let's hear how that sounds. Really bad. All right, let me try this other plugin here. So I have, in addition to the Tone King plugin, when I was getting nutty with my Strandberg, I was a Strand bro. How do I make this smaller? Here we go. All right, here we go. It gets cleaner on channel 2. That's weird. I'm on the rhythm channel. You'd think that'd be clean. But I've got the Petrucci plugin, which has clean. Turn the delay off here. And we'll turn it just like wowzers. Okay. Feedback way down. Where's the mix? Golly. So that's getting cleaner. I'm crazy about how that sounds. Okay, so that's pretty clean. Let's make this even cleaner here. That's pretty clean. I think that's about as clean as. All right. The Petrucci thing is really made for, more extreme stuff. So we'll turn the gain on the Cestus, the set knob, which is on. That's what the old range masters say, down to 10-ish. Put it back in treble mode. So I haven't done this yet. So we'll see. I tried it into this plugin, but it had way more gain on it. My watch is driving me crazy right now. Normally the watch is fine, but when you wear a hoodie, it's like pushing it against your wrist and wears me out. Okay, there we go. Here's with the Cestus on. I mean, it sounds okay. Let's put it in the mid mode. See, I think that sounds pretty good. I'm gonna sneeze. Whoa, here we go. Okay, I survived. All right, so. So, I mean, it's like not as inspiring to play, but it's going for the switch here. But it does work. It's not horrible. I need like some compression or something. Let's see. Compressor. Nope. Too compressed. Never mind. Okay. Mid mode. It's a unique sound. It's definitely not the most fun thing to play. Here's the same setting in fat mode. that's like fine. That's like, it does a thing. Whether or not you enjoy that thing may be questionable, but let's see how crazy. Let's see. I think this is the gainiest one. Okay. I think this one's the mid gain. Okay. Man, it's got a lot of gain. Holy moly. Kind of flying by the seat of my pants. Let's see. Some sloppy bins. I'm sorry about that. Right. Soar mode? That's okay. I think it's like a bright switch. Okay. So here's mid mode with that. And I think that works pretty well. It definitely has a tone. I'll go to the treble mode. When you have that much gain, it just turns it into a Rockman sort of simulator. It just sounds like a Rockman, and that's kind of cool. Go down to fat mode. I think in mid mode it just kind of nails it. I don't know. That's a sound. That's definitely a sound. Let's get rid of that and go back to the Tone King. So yeah. Man, that Petrucci thing was loud. I feel like it lost all its cojones there. But yeah. But yeah, so I mean that's really the Cestus in a nutshell. It's such a wonderful little treble booster, and we're so proud of it. It really just kind of worked out. So yeah, I'm gonna open it up to questions. I'll show you guys the pedal here. Unplug everything. So there she is. Whoop. Man, really happy with it. It just really turned out great. Really did. And this guitar is awesome. It's really a good guitar. It's weird. It's kind of like it's similar to stuff I have, but different from stuff I have. But yeah, I'm not. It's funny. Like some guitars take you certain places, and inspire you to play in a particular way. And I haven't found out where this guitar is gonna take me yet, which is interesting. I mean, it's a kind of a good thing, but it's not mine. So maybe it won't take me certain places, but But I really enjoy playing it, and it does sound good and looks really cool. It's kind of hard to capture, let's say, um, work, damn you. Um, the color of it, because it's way not, it's in all the videos and stuff. It's like that's kind of a good representation of it, like, down here, because it's not quite as like bright green. I mean, it is bright green, but it's not like absolutely nutso like blinding you green. It's probably just my lights here in the office studio thing. But yeah, hit me up with some questions while we're wrapping this up. It's not going to be the longest stream ever, but that's okay. That's okay. Pair it with some modulation, make those parts pop through the band. I think so. I think it would really, really work well for that. But yeah. Oh, the transparent control plate. Yeah. The only downside to that is that if you ever want to change anything, you have to make sure that you do really clean work, or otherwise it's going to look real crappy in comparison. So, but yeah, what other questions we got? Anything? Anything and everything? I'm hoping to be more consistent with the live streaming and stuff. Dipped in Tone's going to be doing some cool stuff soon, and should give me a little more bandwidth for things, which is, that's always important. But yeah, my gate is not triggering at the right time. I gotta, man, all the stuff. It's like, I just need Rhett to come here and set up everything and just fix it. Any desire to bring back the Lark? Maybe. We've talked about it, Rhett and I. It's just finding a way to bring it back and make it better than it was and more usable. And I don't know, just easier to sell, maybe. I feel like a lot of people didn't understand it. And it's kind of, there's a mosquito in here. It's kind of an odd thing, having a tremolo and a dirt right next to each other. Because it wasn't truly like an amp in a box. I mean, it had the sound of a Skylark, but it wasn't, this explicit replica of the circuit. And, maybe that's something now I feel like I could do. So, yeah. But any other questions? Sorry, I'm getting some big texts from people I can't mention. How did a mosquito get in here? It freaks me out. Rat bastard. Modulation outside of chorus. I'd love to do a really cool classic flanger. That would be awesome. It would be really cool to do a flanger. So maybe one day on that. Univibe, of course, which I'll probably revisit. The prototype just stunk. So it just didn't happen, Oh. It's weird. The my console, the stuff was muted, so I don't know. Frank Brothers looks insane. It's awesome. Now let me set it back there while we're finishing up. Um, but yeah, let's see things that are coming. Always keep your eyes open for uh, Halloween, for the stuff that's happening on Halloween. Uh, we've historically done something very related to that. There, that little logo right there. Am I bonding with the Lawlers? No, that's not my favorite pickup. I'd need something a little different if I were to have that guitar. Uh, you don't see a lot of boutique phasers. You have to have matched JFETs for a lot of traditional phasers, and sometimes getting really good JFETs that are tight tolerance are hard to do now because hardly anyone makes like a J201 or whatever that they traditionally used in America, and the import ones are a bit hinky. So you'd have to buy a ton and measure a ton to get really good matched pairs, which is doable. But when you think, okay, if I was going to buy some Fairchild or some really good modern or really good new old stock JFETs, you could probably match 2/3 of them. But if you got imports, maybe you could match. I mean, when I say match, I mean in the tolerance that you want your pedal to be. But with import ones, unless they're made by a really good company, and most of the time JFETs aren't um, nowadays, you have to have a ton. You may be able to match a quarter of them to the voltages and what you need for a phaser. Was the Cestus as it is now an idea that was laid out pretty clearly from the start? Or were there quite a few iterations to get where you wanted to go? Well, the Cestus, like in this state, was all the research was done when we were making the Sus Mariosa. So, like all the hard work was done. I had to like take that out of that circuit and put it on a new file and redraw it to make it easier to transfer. So, but anyway, any other last minute questions? So I'm gonna go check on Mac. Mr. Jeff is having a baby this week, so he is out with his family, and this weekend's my birthday. This is very exciting, turning 38. So not like 38. It's like who cares? It's not it's not a real birthday. You're not like it's not. I'm not turning 40 or anything. So it's like what? How's the hunk lifestyle working for me? It's working out great, I guess. I don't know. I have to ask. I have to ask my wife. Love the guitar in the back. Yeah, I just set it there. But yeah. Thank you guys for hanging with me. I appreciate it. Sorry for the technical issues. I wish, I wish the original stream was still up because you like share that link and it gets all the juice and everyone's gonna come and then it always seems to happen. I should just do it. I should post about it the moment I'm going live, or figure out a way. I have one way to get audio into this and just like simul stream on my phone. It just would be like a real kind of like convoluted thing. I'd have to like send a headphone out from my Apollo to a mixer and then send the mixer to this Rode product I have and then send that to the phone and then stream. And then I have both. I don't know. Well, thank you guys. It's not my birthday yet, but it's my birthday week. I guess that counts. It's on Saturday. So I'm looking forward to it. My wife gave me one of my birthday gifts early. It was a bunch of fancy like red pepper flakes because I like my food spicy. Just put it on everything. It's really good. But anyway, go check out Frank Brothers. If you don't know them already, you got to go check them out. Go follow them on Instagram. Let me pull up their website to make sure that I have it absolutely right. It's just frankbrothersguitars.com. So go give them a look-see, follow them on social media. Their guitars are wicked. It's really cool. The case, the whole package, the presentation is wicked. You know, it's just like, I don't know. It's what when you buy something and it comes and there was obviously care put into it, it just makes you appreciate it a little bit more. And it's so there. So it's fantastic. The guitar is impeccable. You know, you can't really fault it. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, like fretwork's great, setup was great right out of the box. My only gripe is the pickups, but that's something that could change. I'm not a huge Imperials guy. Every time I've tried them, I'm like, you know, they're cool. But they do sound good hitting some gain, and they really sound good in that Soldano. But that's not my daily driver over there. But don't forget to don't forget to go check out the Cestus. You can check it out at mythospedals.com/Cestus, Cestus. If you don't know what a Cestus is, a Cestus is like a battle glove in ancient Greece, and they would just be like spiked, and they're just terrifying looking, and you know, beat the hell out of somebody. But yeah, so check out Frank Brothers, give them a like, give them a follow, check out their guitars if you're interested. They do custom orders. Sometimes they have stuff that's built ready for sale. They post about it on Instagram, and it's on their website. But they have a couple different models, similar shape, but different specs, different like there's different hollow bodiness is. and yeah, and they're all nice people. So check them out. And then the Cestus, if it's not added Mythos dealer yet, they probably will be soon. We shipped a ton at the end of last week and then today. So there should be arriving at all the Mythos dealers soon, so you can go play them. But yeah, thanks for hanging with me. Sorry for the hiccups and the headache with the live stream. And I'll start practicing this more and get it locked in. And I'll fix that gate. I hate that it's cutting out on me, but I have a really noisy office. So anyway, thanks for hanging, guys. I will talk to you soon. And yeah, see you next time.